Previously on Critically Stupid.
The gang and I, we had a whale of a time. Yeah, you know there's so much to say. Garrett hid under the carriage and I slid into the driver's seat and we went away. Tess tried to lead, she made a real good steed, but the other horse got real cray. It took off, Tess hit the ground, it wasn't soft, she was being dragged and we were afraid. When Garrett snuck into the carriage, he was caught at a disadvantage. A fiery hand on his neck was savage. It grabbed fast and it did some damage. A stranger was there, a fire ganassi with no fear. She seemed to have a job to do. Haven't you seemed just as surprised as me? She had a question or two. Mel was in town, her and Josh weren't around, so they had to catch up. She used a spell and the dog transformed him well. He became a souped-up giant pup. Then Tess summoned a blue whale. It crushed the fake horse with its tail. We flew through the air and we fell. All in all, it went pretty well. Maybe not for the whale, even though he was healed.
I had the worst time last night and this morning. It was my own fault. For dinner, I had a full Santini calzone, and I followed up with Lifesaver gummies for dessert.
Wait, you folded it up or you followed it?
No,
up?
followed it.
I heard folded.
I
I thought you meant a
folded.
calzone of Lifesaver gummies.
That's what I heard, and I was like real
No,
interested.
you misunderstand, please.
Maybe it's because you had a whole ass mini cupcake in your mouth.
So after like barely sleeping through the whole night because of like the outrageous heartburn, it felt like my sternum was a bubbling volcano. I woke up at 5:40 in the morning, and it felt like I was getting fucking exercise. I was so hard.
Just.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Critically Stupid, where we are a family show.
You have to pregame before you eat anything. You have to do Tums first.
Tums first. Everybody knows this.
30s.
I tweeted about it. I said some shit about like, God, why must you give me your strongest battles?
When you hear the call to adventure, it's to the fantasy foe. You never know what's around the next corner. Just grab your dice and roll. And if you have a problem to solve, call your best friends and have a little.
You got Garrett with his stealthy head. Tess can smell what's around the bend. Mel will kill at the drop of a dime. Arnold will find a friend every time. We're not murder hobos, but you'll be killed and looted. We might be the bad guys, or maybe just deluded, because we're critically stupid, critically stupid, critically stupid, critically stupid.
Best friends.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your soon-to-be world-famous Dungeons & Dragons real play improvised comedy podcast, Critically Stupid. I am your host and Dungeon Master, Alexander James. We do not have our lovely Tess here today. She is out of town. However, there's still 4 of us left, and we have a guest today. So prepare yourselves for a great time. My favorite part of last episode was and it's a shame to say it because she's not here, when Jess as Tess summoned a goddamn blue whale in the middle of a street in Waterdeep, and then fucking insisted that the spell Cure Minor Wounds would cure the damage incurred by dropping a whale into the middle of a street. Bestie, you go next.
Hi, my name is Diana. I play Mel. I also have the wolf pup, Joshua Patrick, JPZ, Josh Pat. My favorite part was I think that the part with the whale being cured, that's like Jess's version of how much gold can you carry when you're swimming. And I just love that so much.
It's so great for me that you guys love Confrontation this much.
Oh, I'm sorry, Anthony.
Hi, I'm Anthony. I play Arnold the Bard, and my favorite part of last episode is when Tess cured that whale in the hallway.
Fuck up.
It was so great. It was the best. Garion, your name?
My name.
If you say one word about this fucking whale.
I am the ghost of Leonard Nimoy, and I play Gareth. My favorite part of last episode, besides the obvious answer of the whale, which we fucking skewered like a kebab, and Jess insisted that she could put a Band-Aid over it and plop it back into its hometown like nothing happened. But my actual favorite part.
Hello!
Hi.
Everybody, this is our guest, Azra. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yep.
Thank God. She is here to hang out in the space with us, and I am, as I said, going to treat myself and get her involved sooner than the 1 hour mark, which is great for us and her.
Sounds good.
So before we jump into the episode, Azra, because I habitually forget to do this, could you shout out your socials and anything that you're working on, anything you're working to promote right now?
I guess I'm Azzy Pants on most of my socials, and if you really want interesting takes on Bibles and breakfast cereals, TikTok is where to find me.
I mean, who doesn't want those things? Those sound remarkable as a
Fruity
combination.
Pebbles for life.
Like, wait, like Bibles and cereal? Like Christ Crispy Treats? Is that what you're doing? Like, what
Well, now I am.
How did you come up with that so quickly?
Like, that was really quick.
literally my first thought when she said that. I don't know how.
Anthony's a dad.
I prefer
Your
to think
dad. The
it's
dad
just-
jokes, they just happen.
They
I
happen.
prefer to think it's an invention that Anthony has just like thought of and has been like
I
trying
can
to
really
launch.
pitch this. This is my Shark Tank moment.
This is a Shark Tank moment. It's a pun machine.
I need to be a dad.
Can't relate. Okay, let's build a flashback together. Gareth, I think there is an art sale happening, a clandestine art sale. Where is this clandestine art sale happening in Waterdeep?
It's above a bowling alley in a 1-bathroom, 1-bedroom apartment. Most of it's on the hallway outside.
Okay. So we're gonna cut to the hallway outside a cheap 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment in Waterdeep. It smells like popcorn and dirty water hot dogs, and a little bit like scuzzy ketchup that's been opened and forgotten.
Like a movie theater.
A little bit like a movie theater, except it's loud as shit. The cheap timber walls and plaster are rattling with the echoing thud of bowling balls striking pins and little kids screaming.
So like a movie theater?
Like a movie theater, but with more noise.
Someone is constantly like re-putting up paintings on the wall because like they keep falling down.
They keep falling down.
Yeah.
Speaking of paintings on the wall, there's somebody waiting in the hallway of this cheap 1-bedroom, 1-bedroom apartment. Yep. There's 1 bedroom and then another 1-bedroom right across from each
But
other.
no bathroom.
Some
No
would call
bathrooms.
that-
You piss in the sink. God damn it.
Some would call that too.
What the bowling alley's for.
That's exactly what the bowling alley is for. You think those gutters are dry? Anyway, Arnold, there is somebody waiting with a painting in the hallway, nervously fidgeting. My question to you is, who are they waiting for? What familiar face from your combined time in Waterdeep is buying this painting?
Oh, okay.
I'm so glad you asked somebody with a memory.
Yeah, Bessie, that was intentional. Love you.
Man, let me think of who I'd want to talk to right now. Oh, I know who I want to talk to. Oh, now.
Give your wild card. Get him in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna call my friend Steven real quick. No. Now I can't think of his name. The Walrus guy, the famous author that we spoke.
Volo Getarm.
Volo Getarm. Yes, him.
Okay, so we see a stout figure walk up the hall. He is dressed overly dramatically for the moment. He's got like a cobalt robe pulled up over his head. He's got the hood like cinched underneath his chin so that it hides most of his features. And he's intentionally walking with a limp that he very obviously does not have. Sort of like Igor style from Young Frankenstein. And he walks up to this figure. The figure holding the frame is a sort of a thin sort with glasses, pinched expression of either anxiety or guilt or both. But he is holding a sizable picture frame that is it goes from like his chest all the way down to the floor and like 4 feet wide. Like it's a big thing. But Volo stops about halfway through the hallway and goes, "Yes, you're clearly the man that I've come for. This is a most disagreeable sort of arrangement, so if you could sort of pass it over. I believe my employer has arranged coin previously." And the thin sort with the glasses, Bestie, does he respond agreeably or disagreeably to Volo insinuating that he has already been paid?
Disagreeably.
Violently disagreeably or just a little bit?
Kind of annoyed.
He says, "Well, that's simply ridiculous. If somebody had paid me, I would have known it. I would have had a receipt."
By the way, Alex, real quick, above table.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you to see when you're editing, when you start the improv thing and you start with Garion. I'm mid Cupcake. And I'm so excited for you to watch that.
Can't wait to watch you
continue.
almost deep throat a cupcake. He says, I would have copied it twice into my ledger and had receipt upon payment. So you owe me a kingly sum, sir. And Volo slouches deep into his fake limp even more and shuffles down the hallway and reaches into his cloak and says, "Wow, this is ridiculous. I'll have to speak with my employer. I'm sure I'll be reimbursed for this dread occasion." But he pulls out a sack of gold dragons, like a big bag of gold, like a lot of gold.
Hell yeah.
Hands it to this guy, and they exchange the painting. The guy disappears into the one bedroom apartment. Almost misspoke there, God forbid. And the door closes behind him. And Volo pulls the oilcloth away from the painting, and we see a elderly, red-haired figure, violently redheaded, I think is the phrase. It's an oil portrait, clearly done with a lot of money as a commission, no frame, but it is showing a red-headed older man in plate mail and like a fur and ermine cape standing regally on some fucking battlefield, as those old white men are wont to do. And Volo says,
I get it.
"Yes, now this is majestic." Cut to black.
Alex, if you're doing shit with painting, that's my idea. You can. That's.
It's his one shtick. Give it to him.
Yeah, come on.
Listen. Between your all's one shtick, I can't do a damn thing. All right, I can't be depressed because Diana's depressed. I can't be pretty because Diana's pretty. I can't be suicidal because Diana's suicidal.
Diana gets all the shticks. Let me have paintings, for God's sake.
And Diana's carrying this production.
Yeah, it's true.
It's hard to be this depressed and suicidal all the time for the sake of D&D. So
there's the episode title right there, baby. Garion, I was talking to Garion before a Libras Arcana promo the other day, and he said, "I'm gonna start gatekeeping our show. Only real fans of Critically Stupid know how many times Diana's threatened to kill herself on camera."
Oh yeah, I remember I said some shit. It was like nice Critically Stupid shirt. Name 5 times Diana threatened suicide.
Is that your distraction, like woman fainting?
no, that's real.
Okay.
It's not faked at all. Okay.
Great.
So we're gonna involve our dear guest early on in the episode. Like I said, I'm gonna treat myself to not having her wait for an hour. So my question to Garion: as soon as he's done deep throating that cupcake.
I didn't get the snacks memo.
Oh, snacks and alcoholic bevies are a must. If my girl Dianna isn't saying it through a mouthful of pretzels, it might as well not count. And
It's
then
because I didn't want to drink on an empty stomach. I was being responsible.
thoughtful. Yes, every now and then we'll get Anthony to drink, and it's literally the most fun we'll have all month.
I'm so excited for the steep decline of this show once I turn 21.
Insinuating that it's not
That's
already gone
incredible.
downhill. Okay, Garion. My question to you, which is going to sort of determine the tone of this episode, is why
Bad choice.
are you all breaking into Rainier Neverember's mansion in the dead of night?
Oh boy. Panty raid. Just to double check my knowledge here.
Yeah.
Rainier Neverember is the fella who was kind of like going door to door trick or treating, looking for the
Picture frame. Yeah, you guys were deeply involved with him in the
Yeah.
water underneath Waterdeep Harbor with our previous episode,
Yeah.
Jamie Jackson.
I'm with it. I'm
yeah.
with it. He didn't get the thing we were going for, did he?
He got information as to where it is, the same information that you got, but he did not concretely get his hands on it to your knowledge.
You know what? I think that Gareth is just going on like an ordinary like robbery, and then Arnold is like, "Can I come?" And then like also drags along Mel because she needs to be in the episode too.
Incredible.
Does she though?
Make her feel like more of an afterthought, please.
She's not an afterthought. What was an afterthought was explaining why she wanted to come, because knowing her, she wouldn't.
True. That's honestly, that's a fair point. Getting Mel to care about anything that's not Josh Pat is a feat. Okay, so you went on a routine burglary.
Standard operation.
Standard burglary, and it just happened to be Rainier Neverember's house?
I think so. I don't think I would necessarily seek him out at this time.
Okay. All right. How'd you get in?
The first thing I did is go top down looking for unlocked windows.
All right.
And by top down, I mean start at the roof.
Okay. So, we are going to cut to Garion as Gareth. Making a dexterity check for me, please. Right up.
We're gonna cut to Garion as himself.
Pulling out
Remember
his dice because
to-
he forgot to get them ready.
Wrong. It's his character sheet.
Fuck.
I bet you feel dumb right now.
I do.
Okay. Dexterity. With my fancy schmancy Libris Arcana dice,
Love him to death.
I rolled a 15.
15 is pretty good. All right. There are no windows on the roof, no skylights, no sort of like ancient attics that you can see. The house you're in is on the older side. It's in the C ward. Definitely one of the older, larger buildings of the district. But I'll tell you what it does have, Gareth. It's a pretty wide chimney. So you scale down that shit like Santa Claus. You slip a little bit, and you do get some soot on your palms. But you make it down into the fireplace just fine. Mel and Arnold, would you?
Can
Go
I
ahead.
say
Yeah.
something? Can I say something right now before I forget?
Yes.
The soot on his hands prompts him to remember that obviously before you rob somebody's house, Gareth puts on gloves.
Puts on gloves. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Mel and Arnold, would you go right after Gareth? Would you? So, assuming we're playing yes and, so you do have to go along with this bit.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, what are your roles in Gareth's sort of like Wednesday night burglaries?
So I'm trying to. So Gareth, what do you think you would have said to Arnold? Would you lie to me and say that, or would you tell me it's exactly like we're just going to steal stuff, or would you?
So first of all, I don't want to put words in your mouth, so correct anything I say.
Yeah.
But obviously, Gareth and Arnold being best friends,
Right,
Arnold is fully aware of what he does.
of course.
But I think Arnold would treat this like an elementary schooler on a field trip.
Okay, because what I was thinking is, like, since we've been doing the thing where I want to be a spy really bad, I was thinking I need to learn some stealth, and who better to learn it to, or learn
Yeah,
it from
exactly.
than my best friend, who is the best, thief in the world. So I imagine, I didn't want to put that in your mouth, but I imagine like I'm following him to learn from the best of the best. So yes, I'm going straight down that chimney as well, doing like
every
dashing.
time I put like
Oh.
an expensive cup in my bag, Arnold just like takes a picture.
So
So this is night school.
it's I'm like this is a burglary internship. All right, Arnold, roll a dex check, please.
Got it. All right.
Burglary internship is pretty good. I would go on a burglary internship.
That's also, I don't want to put words in your fingers, but that's a banger episode title.
I
Burglary.
mean, it's up to
Internship.
Twitter. Twitter will decide our episode titles as they have for every episode we've had. Season 2.
am Twitter.
Where are you, Dex?
You are
Son of
not
a-
Twitter. You are 200 followers.
Let's try again.
Arnold, go ahead.
I only got a 10.
Okay, Gareth, you step out of this fireplace, slipping on the gloves that you keep in your pocket for just such Wednesday night burglaries. And then you hear like a muffled oof and a scraping sound, and then Arnold the Bard clatters into the logs behind you, catching his feet so that he doesn't take damage or fall into you, but he doesn't do a great job.
I mean, I do the classic like, see if anything's afoot, anything's stirring.
Before I tell you what is afoot and a stirring, Mel, tell me what you're up to. I can't imagine you would follow down the chimney.
No, I mean, I'm still trying to figure out why the fuck Mel would even be there.
Because Arnold had some bacon in his pocket and Josh Pat was just following that.
Well, I was thinking more like maybe she was just out walking Josh Pat and just happened to see you two dipshits doing something.
Well,
And
ideally,
she
you
was
only saw one
like,
of us.
well, yeah, and she's like, well, I could just leave. And I'm not going to say that didn't cross her mind, because it did. But ultimately, she decided that she would probably stick around. I don't think she'd go down the chimney, though. I think she'd... It's a bowling alley, right?
No. We are now in Rainier Neverember's mansion, which is in the Seaward, and
Oh, the
it's its
mansion. I
own
missed
big
that.
house.
Sorry. I've
We've
been
left
drinking.
the bowling alley behind us.
Oh, I've been drinking. Okay, so I walk by his house.
You can also, if you'd like to, Bessie, you can just stay on alert. Like I can very easily see Mel not getting involved until something goes down.
Yeah, well,
and
I was
then
going
you
to
can
say,
sort
I
of step
almost
in.
think I would kind of hang back and just kind of wait to see if something happened that required my presence.
For
Okay.
some reason, I'm picturing in my head Mel just left like Fantasy Wendy's and like
Just got like a frosty and fries.
yeah, exactly. I like saw Arnold like slip into the chimney and just like set up a lawn chair across the street.
Yeah, I think
And
a real.
she's just like,
I don't
Yeah,
want to put words
exactly.
in anyone's mouth though, as I've said like 4 times this episode.
All right, so what's afoot? What's a stirring? Gareth, you look out into what is clearly a study. Big, imposing wooden desk against one wall, floor to ceiling bookshelves. They're like double bookshelves, and then there's a ladder that runs like a balcony between them. Pretty cool stuff. One thing that you notice right off the jump is that this room is a mess. Like
Nice.
it is, the shutters or the curtains on the windows are closed. There is a thick layer of dust on all of the books, and it smells like mothballs.
Okay.
The other thing you notice is the figure crouched over the desk who has currently frozen and is staring at you with wide eyes. Azra, if you would love to describe your character for us, please.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was what's her face, Jess apostrophe. Thank fuck. Holy shit.
You're not that lucky.
Woo!
well, you can barely make out my features because it's dark, and I'm a dark elf. But you just see like glowing eyes underneath the hood.
Oh, for a second I thought that was your character saying that out loud. Like she's in the show, like, you can barely see me.
It could no, but it could be. She is that dramatic.
I was gonna see if I could check around the house to see anything identifiable to the person, to kind of see the status of the home we're living in, to see what kind of loot I'm looking for. But I think there are much more pressing matters at hand now. The first thing I'm gonna do is I don't know if it would be like perception or insight. It would be like to see if she's armed and or hostile.
That would be a perception check, please.
All right. I got a 14.
She doesn't appear to be outwardly armed. It is a dark study, and she is a dark elf wearing, I assume, a similarly
she said.
clandestine outfit such as yours.
It's
So
like this.
there you go. Just for the audio only listeners, Azra put on a hood. But she is not brandishing any sort of outward weaponry.
Cool. I'm gonna like motion to Arnold to get him to like not freak out ideally.
Sure.
And also, but I want to not freak him out, but also let him know that this isn't normal. This isn't usually how these go.
Give me. I want to know how you communicate that shit, Garion.
They're naturally.
Listen.
But now I have to come up with something different.
I'll cut it out. We'll just do it.
No.
Look, I'm just gonna lean on the study table with my hands crossed until you guys figure it out.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna like hold up my hands like I'm stopping a child from walking across the street.
Okay.
And so Arnold just like high fives him, and he's like, "This is the best class." Just it's like, "I'm in. Let's do this. Is this the class?" And I kind of like Arnold kind of looks up, and I imagine I'd see the same dark elf situation.
Yes. She is leaning. I think with an attempt at coolness.
Okay.
Okay.
It's still Garion's turn.
Can I roll for coolness?
Absolutely, you can. Yeah, roll a
That is, I
d20
believe,
and
just a
add
charisma
50
check.
to it, please, because you are a guest on Critically Stupid. So,
I got a 100.
wow, yeah,
That's
no, you're cool as
crazy.
hell.
So cool.
I think I'm gonna look at the dark elf and real casually be like, "So do you live here or?" Because we're plumbers.
It's a me, Mario.
My name is Mario, and this is.
I'm gonna look
Luigi.
at you like, do you regularly walk around your own house sneakily in the middle of the night with no lights on?
Yes, I do in my house. What are you doing in my house? What's that? That's definitely a bluff, right?
Yeah, deception, bro. Roll it. Big old fibberoonie coming out of the plumber here.
Holy shit, I got a 21.
Azra, this might be this guy's house.
No, I'm pretty sure this is my house.
That makes
Okay,
you-
she also has to roll for that, right?
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, that's a deception roll, Azra. You're gonna have to roll that.
They both believe that the house belongs to one another somehow.
Wait, oh, are you my new roommate? Ah!
Are you the help?
Maybe. Might be wearing overalls. What'd you get, Ezra?
18.
I mean, Gareth got it by the numbers, so it might be Gareth's house.
Can't a man come through his own damn chimney once in a while?
Well, this is awkward.
Now, why don't we act very calmly? Because I do have a baby sleeping, probably. Let's assume we do.
Who's been watching that baby before you came in through the chimney?
What my wife, obviously. What do you think? This is my husband?
Wow.
I just want to know why you entered
Maybe.
your house through the chimney.
Rude. Wait, you don't think that we would? Okay, fine.
Arnold rolled for
I
your
look,
feelings to be hurt.
no,
Yeah.
I look to Arnold. I just be like, they can't know about us.
I rolled a 1. My heart is dead.
No,
Arnold literally dies of heartbreak.
that's crazy. Well, it was nice having
His
you on the
pod
show.
can't handle the
Thank you,
lives,
Jess.
and he dies.
Okay,
Go ahead, Gary.
well, I have just asked what this person is doing in my house.
Oh, I need a convincing lie.
You got to convince this person who does not live here.
Before I do anything, could you show me where the nearest bathroom is in your house?
No.
Why not?
That's a very rude thing to ask. And even if I did know where the bathroom, which I do, I would not direct
Prove
you
it.
to them.
Prove it.
Listen. 9 times out of 10 on this show, I will agree with the guest because she's nice enough to come onto our show. But the idea of a burglar asking to be shown the bathroom is fucking insane.
Before you get mad, I have to tinkle.
Let's
Okay.
all remain calm here.
I'm perfectly calm. Now, please explain what are you doing in the house that I own?
Well, I was looking for Rainier, which means you must be Rainier.
Oh, I looked to Arnold. Oh, Rainier. Yes. I am Rainier's brother. I'm sure if he's probably asleep in the other room, we can wait a little bit and browse before waking him up. I think we
need to talk to him right now.
Wow, but he might have cool stuff that I want to take a look at.
Right now.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna wake him up and then do it.
Honestly, fair fucking point. Fair point. Outside the mansion, Mel, you're sitting with Josh Pat, feeding him some Wendy's fries. He is very cute, doing really well with leash training, actually. I assume that you're walking him leashed because you are a good dog owner, but he is like trotting right next to you, not pushing against it or pulling against it. In this mansion, all of the lights, save one, are dark. It is in the second floor on the corner. The windows have curtains that are just a little bit ajar, and you can see a figure ostensibly making tea. They're standing at a fantasy stove, and you see them like put some water on. With your keen ranger eyes, you can see that it is an older woman with her hair in curlers and sort of like a net, and she appears to be sort of just like singing to herself.
I don't think that wouldn't.
More popcorn.
I don't think that that's threatening. It's seriously like if I wish I had Wendy's fries here, like that wouldn't faze me necessarily. She hasn't done anything. It sounds like that's been overtly threatening. She's at a stove.
Listen,
Part of me would probably be curious to see what would happen when they inevitably got caught. But then I'd be like, they're getting caught by an old lady, so I think they'll be all right.
Pretty funny. All right, Arnold, what are you up to? What's your instinct seeing this sort of like Spider-Man meme arms pointing happen in front of your face?
Okay, so Arnold steps forward. He's like, I know what's going on here. This is a test. I get it. This is part of the initiation into the stealth society. You almost got me. I thought this was the whole thing. Yeah, Rainier's in it. We do all know Rainier together. And so I would look at this dark elf character and be like, so are you a professor of stealthyology or something? Is this like a...
Yes. I am.
Okay. Is this believable? That like
that's got to be another deception check.
That's got to be another deception check. They're falling out of my girl Azra right now.
11.
Hey Arnold, I mean it's pretty weird.
Okay, so Arnold's like, you know what? Are you also learning to be stealthy? Because you're not great at it.
Damn.
That's tough.
Damn.
So I was like,
coming from the guy that rolled an 11 to
to
come
my
down that
face.
So,
I close the space between us, tower over him, even if I'm shorter than him.
okay, fair. I was wondering.
And say that to my face.
How tall is your character?
Not much.
4'2". Just
Like, yeah.
4.5 even.
4.5 even.
She's an elf, but she's a dark elf, so it's like regular height.
Okay. Oh, okay, cool.
How tall's your character,
Can I
Anthony?
step in between
It's
them like a
4.
teacher breaking up a fight?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Get in
we
there.
actually
Are
only
you
need
a
to
teacher of
retrieve-
stealthyology?
Yes, obviously.
Just
He's
checking.
wearing the gloves.
That's true.
They call me Dr. Gareth. Because this is foreshadowing. I can regenerate.
Oh yeah, sure.
No. Okay,
PhD
so
in regeneration.
I break up this squabble. And like, why don't we take 5?
Things
You
from
can
this
go
house
to the
and-
bathroom, and we will wait for you. And then I look over at Arnold and wink.
Okay, so my question for our lovely guest Azra, Azra, what is? I don't want you to have to tell me what you're doing here. I'd love to get a sense of like as that's a hard word to
As.
say. As motivation or goal, like how does she move from this like mix 'em up scene with Arnold and Gareth deeper into the house? Because I can't imagine she would abandon her mission at the first sign of like other people.
No, probably not. Ooh. I'm gonna grab something off them and throw it into the next room so that they have to run and get it.
You're gonna grab something off of their person
Yeah,
and
this is
throw it.
now directed by Tim Burton and his Batman.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand check, please, and I hope you've got a big number on that die.
1.
Did you roll a natural 1?
I did.
Now the real question is, which ones you go for?
And do you
Oh,
throw
yeah.
your own
Oh,
stuff out of the house?
obviously-
Pick Arnold. And Gareth.
Obviously, Arnold.
Arnold.
Like,
All right,
he seems like he doesn't have it together.
Arnold.
And yet
Uh,
you rolled a 1, so
Arnold
maybe
does-
Arnold does have it more together
You
than
wanna-
we thought.
This dark elf grabs a necklace hanging from your neck and just drags it close to her.
Okay. Like with me,
Yeah, with you attached to it.
just awkwardly. And I look at Gareth. I'm like, which class is this for? What? So can I ask? Is it Azra? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask? So my character would ask your character, be like, so are you here for something specific?
And no. Yes, information.
I have so much information. I don't know if you know this about me, but I live and work in a library. Like
Oh, fantastic.
yeah. So if you like, what kind of information are you looking for?
I need to find out more about the mission that Rainier was just on to Menzoberranzan. My hometown.
Above table, Anthony,
Oh.
Menzoberranzan is the homeland of Drow. It is in the Underdark, pretty far away from Waterdeep.
Yeah, I've read Drizzt Do'Urden.
Oh yeah, so you know his younger sister asked about
No,
this.
no, hang on. A copyright law says that we can't just slide into a established franchise like that. Hey, what's up, Wizards of the Coast lawyers? I'm sorry.
Can you roll a
That's where you
deception check
draw
for
the
that?
line.
Yeah, right.
As far as I'm sure we've deviated from the story at this point. That's your breaking point right there.
You know what's funny, Bestie, is we're actually pretty tight with the storyline.
Are
as
we
it's
really?
written. Isn't that fucking funny?
That's almost
like-
concerning.
I'm a clown shoes over here, but like we're pretty along the storyline.
It's because we're mindless sheep who have no heart or soul for deviation. Onward.
Speak for yourselves.
So Arnold, you
me.
would know that like if Rainier was recently in Menzoberranzan, it's pretty impressive.
Okay. Got it. So, okay. So you really just need to speak with Rainier. Is that what you're saying?
I need to find out why he was there and what he was doing. I suspect that he's been involved in an arms deal.
I see. Okay. Now I don't know much about much, but I'm gonna say that sneaking into someone's house isn't.
You literally
usually-
just said you had all the
You just
information.
said you
You
lived in a
lived and worked in a
library, dog.
library.
I say a lot of things, guys. I don't know if you've noticed this about my character. He just keeps going.
Talk
It's
a lot of shit.
You're like,
Talk a lot of-
I built my plot with plot holes.
yes.
Also, dude, I fully expected Arnold to be like, I don't know a lot of things, but the last time I saw Rainier, he did only have 2 arms. So maybe the deal didn't go through.
Nah, that's what Gareth would say, not Arnold. Get the fuck out of here.
No, but okay, so I don't know a lot about getting information from people, but what I do know is it doesn't usually go well if you sneak into someone's house and are deceptive and creepy and stealthy the way you are. We see what we're doing. We're on the up and up with the fact that we're here to steal, and you're trying to do something. I don't even know. This seems like it's on the down low. What's going on here?
Yeah, see, if we talk to Rainier, he'll be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And we'll be like, "Not stealing. Hey, have you visited the Drow homeland recently? How was that?" And then now all of a sudden we get information, and his mind is off of our crime.
Look, I have the press release to prove it.
That we didn't not believe you.
So so we know Rainier. We've seen him numerous times, right?
Yes.
Does he have something that he carries with him that I would recognize, like his sword or something like he'd always have on his or like rings or anything that Arnold would have noticed over time?
I mean, a handful of times he's had a fairly elegant rapier at his side. But I mean, like he dresses pretty low key, especially for a nobleman in the city. I don't think he'd go for like flashy bits of like house emblems or anything of that nature.
Right. Okay. But he almost always has that like particular sword on him, the rapier.
Sure. Yeah.
So can I cast locate object for looking for that sword to see if Rainier is in the area or that sword at the very least?
Yeah, absolutely. That spell works like you get a faint like locational glow.
Yeah, it says describe a name. So I say the object. If it's within 1,000 feet of me, I can see the direction it's going in. I can also know basically, where it is.
Okay. You just say sword.
So I would just say like his sword specifically. I think it has to be a specific object that I see.
Rainier's rapier.
Yeah, nice.
God damn it. Yeah, Arnold, you see like a flash of pixie dust in front of your fingers that leads out the door and into the hallway.
Oh, cool.
Okay, cool. So I see that his sword is in the vicinity. At
Correct.
Least, like,
yeah, the trail
okay, cool.
alights.
Okay, cool. So I say, okay, listen. I don't know how murdery you are. You can't tell. I don't want my friend to die, and I don't really know you. But I will tell you that if you want information from him, I can probably help you with that.
Why don't we go at it as a team?
Yes. Why don't we work on this together? So we're here to get some things. Maybe if you help us, we can help you, and none of us will get in trouble.
I accept.
Okay, good.
Beautiful. Thank God. 35 minutes later, we're walking off.
Sorry, guys.
Love it.
Can we
No,
get
it's fine.
Can we get a pee break soonish?
Yeah, let's hit it right now and come back to it. We got so much coming. Stop. Mid-roll time. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the halfway mark of the episode. Hopefully, I don't actually know when this is going to fall. It's usually in the halfway point. Thank you so much for tuning in. Give me just a couple of minutes, and as always, I will have you right back to the show. Legally, we are required to tell you we're going to jail if we don't say this. We're playing Waterdeep Dragon Heist, an official Dungeons and Dragons module written by Chris Perkins, Scott Fitzgerald Gray, Kim Mohan, and Michelle Carter. If you or any of your buds, your glasses-wearing goblins, your dungeon-dwelling dwemmers would like to get into D&D, I highly recommend you go to dnd.wizards.com. Check out all the sweet merch they've got there for you. They've got t-shirts, they've got hoodies, they've got cloaks, they've got sandals, they've got togas. It's the level of depth that the dnd.wizards.com website goes to as far as their like wearable merch is crazy. Go check it out. I personally love the D20 themed gladiator suit, but if you would like to end up as a character on our show, you can tweet us at CritStupid. You can also hit us up on TikTok or Instagram. I think we also have. We don't use it that much because I'm exhausted all the time. But hit us up. Let us know what you thought of the most recent episode. Tell us what you think of the show. Tell us if you think there's something we could be doing better. And your name could go into the pool to be used as a future NPC. Remember, anything that you're your named NPC does is a reflection on me, not you. I'm sure you are a great person. I am the problem. I was horribly, horribly remiss last week. We had an incredible guest on the show, Clara Elena, or C.E. Wallace on Twitter. She displayed the patience of a saint. Her episode is so funny, and I waited almost a full hour to get her involved. So, Clara, if you're listening to this, I am, again, so sorry. I hope to have you back soon to rectify what is genuinely my mistake. And I'm really sorry that you had to wait an hour to play. But everybody should go to cewallacewrites.com and check out where you can buy her book, Jugo de Palabras. It's available in select retail locations and online stores, but I assure you it is well worth the hunt because it's a book of Spanish poetry, and that's incredible because I don't do either of those things very well. As always, I feel like these words are going to come with me to my grave, guys. We are doing that big YouTube push to get to 1,000 subscribers. If you haven't yet, I would deeply, deeply appreciate it if you could subscribe to our channel, if you could leave us a rating or a review, if you listen to us audio only, if you could tell a friend about our show, if you could retweet our stuff on Twitter. If you are a fan of the show, we would love your help spreading the word. We are doing our best to promote ourselves and to get spread across socials so that everybody has an opportunity to listen to us and decide if we're the right show for them. But any help you could give us, we would deeply, deeply appreciate it because we are, as always, servants to the algorithm. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for rating. Thank you for reviewing. Thank you for being here with us. I never, ever take you for granted. You take it squeezy out there, and I do love you. All right. Bye. What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us to your very first video Libris Arcana ad. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're listening to it audio only, this is probably just an ad. And I regret to inform you that you're not looking at our beautiful faces as well as these beautiful dice. Anthony, can you tell me about a time that the Libris Arcana dice saved the world?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there was that one time when, we all know that, someone's, I don't want to name names. We all know who was about to hit the nuke button. They had all the keys turned, all the button, everyone's about to hit, and of course, Josh, I didn't want to do it, but yeah, Josh.
Damn it, Josh.
Always has that finger on the button. He was about to push the button, and what he didn't realize was someone had dropped foolishly and just depressingly ruining their entire life, but saving all of ours. Their Libris Arcana dice die on the ground. They slipped on that sweet D20, their finger missing the button and crushing all of their, their bones in their hand, making them unable to push the, nuke button and thus saving the world.
I was rooting for Josh.
What?
I was rooting for Josh.
You always do every week, every time he does it. And I keep
Let's talk about your irrational hatred of the man who's going to end our world.
I don't hate. I'm all for it. This world is terrible. You know what doesn't suck, though? Libris Arcana dice. They are a bright spot in our otherwise very shitty world.
Listen, if you suffer from clinical depression like my main girl, Dianna, then you need to get yourself some Libris Arcana dice. I'm going to hold mine up to the camera so you can see. Like, these dice legit are very pretty. This is the mint julep set. My man Garion is rocking the what is that, ancient iron, Garion?
You goddamn right.
Garion loves
looks like a
feel
Skyrim with a dice.
Yeah. Ooh, Bessie's got the, what is that, Cerulean Haze?
I believe so, yes. I don't always remember the names, but it is one of my favorites because it kind of just looks like a little winter scene in there. It's really pretty. It's really, really pretty and legible, which is nice because my other dice, not so much.
Yeah. It always sucks when you get a really nice like die and you're excited about it, and then the color scheme of the numbers matches the resin behind it, and then you have to squint to read it. Libris Arcana dice don't have that problem. The artists who make these really think about the color schemes, and like the die is cast with a really pretty interesting color set, but then the numbers also in that set are just contrasted enough so that when you roll them, they're super easy to read, they're really pretty, and there are new dice sets every month that drop regularly. So if you go to LibrisArcana.com, use our exclusive discount code STUPID20, you can get 20% off anything on the site. That's a monthly subscription for one of these really rad dice sets. You can get a one-time dice set, or you can check out some of their cool D&D book leather covers. I've got a set on my player's handbook actually right up there, and it's super useful, especially if you're a DM on the go. Keep those books clean. I mean, I know how much money you spent on them. Why not protect them? And yeah, check out these super awesome Libris Arcana sets. There's a new one every month, and you can check them out at LibrisArcana.com. Use our exclusive discount code STUPID20 for 20% off your final purchase. Anything on the site. Libris Arcana, dice for life.
Do it or you're dead to me.
Do it or Diana hates your rotten guts. Outside the mansion, Mel,
Yes.
in this kitchen with this old lady, you hear next to you Josh Pat start growling as a four-legged figure hops up onto the counter next
Oh,
to
a
this
cat?
old woman. It is not a cat. It is some species of small yappy dog.
Ooh, that's
You know
so
this
much worse than a cat.
Because it starts yapping, you can hear it through ostensibly an open window.
Kill it.
What
I'm
the
not gonna
fuck?
kill a small dog.
What's wrong with
You
you?
know how I feel. I'd be more likely to kill his owner and take the dog for myself. Ooh, is that an option?
Do
No, that's
that.
murder hobo-y, isn't
That's
it?
the most murder hobo shit I've ever heard.
I wanted the dog. Okay. I mean, that's a pretty reasonable reaction from a dog seeing people out front, but Mel's pretty stealthy.
I don't think the dog sees you. I think it's just yapping.
Oh, well, then I'm still stuck with. I'm still not seeing any reason why I need to get involved in whatever shenanigans are going on in there. Like, it's gonna take somebody needing me to kill something for me to get involved in whatever shenanigans are going on inside that. We all know it's my role.
All right.
Love
She's
Cut
it.
forward,
just
like,
waiting to be
Someone tries
needed
to
for
kill
the
the dog.
murder.
Cut forward like 30 minutes. She just hears from inside. Help!
I mean, honestly, like, yeah, and it's
Probably
if,
not
if it's Arnold or Garrett, then she's
Someone probably handle that.
bust in
Somebody
and
else's job.
I mean, the dog yap. I was kind of waiting to see if there'd even be like a noise that might bring me closer, but character-wise, honestly, no, she's still chilling.
That's fine. That's fine. We're gonna cut back inside. The three amigos walk out of the study, which again, old, decrepit, smells of mothball, lots of dust, clearly hasn't seen action in some time. As the papers that you were picking up off the desk were like years old and not remotely helpful to what you're looking for. As you walk through this house, it's like standard rich people stuff. You pass a billiards room, you pass a card playing room. I just assume that rich people houses are just a bunch of rooms for games.
The house from Clue.
That just sounds like something I would have built in The Sims when I was like 12.
Yeah.
I'm picturing it's like the board for Clue, or like the billiards room, the
Yeah,
dining
the
room,
conservatory.
the ballroom.
Yes, exactly. However, you turn a corner and you are face to face with a wide hallway, maybe like 10 feet wide, pretty wide, with statues of armor punched on at equal increments and a very shiny floor. Who's walking first?
I think I would try to detect like any traps or anything, because that's immediately suspicious to me.
I want to know why you think it's suspicious prior to me describing it.
Because symmetrical suits of armor is something that, like, Rainier doesn't strike me as a symmetrical guy, and seeing the disarray of the like study would make it weird that the floor is so shiny and polished. I don't think he's polishing floors.
All right. Okay, Gareth, give me a sleight of hand check, please.
Sleight of hand. Ooh.
No, sorry, shit. Investigation. My bad. I was
Good.
thinking 3.5.
I rolled like shit, so I'm glad you said something.
Oh, you got to keep the roll, dog.
Nope, wrong. I got the exact same thing. 10.
Ooh, right up and down. You don't notice any wire or arcane glyphs. I think you like push gingerly on the floor, maybe to like see if it's like some sort of like flubber
Or
material.
like a pressure plate.
Yeah, but it's just a floor.
Okay. I'll think I'll tentatively make my way across. I would walk similarly like to how you would walk on ice that you're not sure if it could hold your weight or not.
Okay, sort of like pressure on the balls of your feet, heels
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
real sexy like.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Arnold and Azd do you follow?
First of all, do I, because I'm still holding that spell, where do I see, is the dagger in the same place, or the rapier rather?
It is at the end of the hallway. Yeah.
End of the hallway. Okay. Then I'm just gonna ignore that spell and just imagine that's where it is.
Yeah.
Or I'm assuming my character would assume at the moment, at least. But I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and just kind of like go by and slap all of the armor. Like I'm just gonna like softly, just like face slap, just softly all the armor before I even like step over there. I'm like, what?
Sure, yeah.
So
I
in
thought
order
you
would
were
just
gonna
be
be
like, what
like-
is this? Is this armor?
I thought you were gonna be like, I gently usher Gareth.
I hold his hand with my Mage Hand.
All right, so you send Mage Hand through this hallway, and there's this sort of like muffled like ping as you sort of like slap the first helmet, and then another like bong as you hit another one.
How many are there?
No, stop it. I'm not doing it for all of them, because
Please.
after the second one, the more salient piece of information is you hear the sound of claws clicking on marble floors, and a small rat-like dog appears at the end of this hallway and starts growling at you.
God damn it! I wish we had some Scooby snacks.
Mel, you see the dog like whip its head around and then jump off the counter, and the old lady making tea sort of like looks behind her and says something that you can't hear, but it sounds like inquisitive in nature.
That would be the thing that might draw her a little bit closer. Like I'm still not necessarily going in yet, but maybe get a little bit closer to see if I can't listen a little better, see a little better, at the same time trying to think like, what the fuck would the bard do to create a distraction? Do I even want to create a distraction? That might be Diana talking. I'm not clear on that. Yeah.
There is a dilapidated garden on the back end of this mansion that I think you were sitting on. It's fallen statues, weed-choked flower beds, a greenhouse, the glass of which is like long since been broken by neighborhood rapscallions. But there is a door leading into the house at the far end of this garden that you can sort of like sneak towards too.
Okay, then that's where I would head to try and see if this is a door that I can reasonably get into without making a fuss, should I feel like it.
Okay. Gareth, there is a small yappy dog standing about 15 feet away from you, growling like it's about to start barking. I'm sure that as an experienced burglar, you would know that a small dog about to start barking in a large house is a problem.
I think what I would do is I would immediately clutch my heart and pretend to have a heart attack and just drop to the ground.
Okay.
I low-key thought you might have just had a heart attack. That was...
didn't see it going this way, but that's fine.
What do you think I was gonna do? Gareth was gonna kill the dog.
I thought you were gonna race towards the dog and get it to shut up somehow.
How?
No, man, not that.
Don't worry, Arnold. Rule 1 of breaking into houses: do not be afraid to kill dogs.
Arnold takes notes, just awkwardly and crying the whole time. Just why?
All right. Gareth, you clutch your chest and collapse. Do you like cry out, or do you just quietly fake a heart attack?
No, I just quietly like fall to the ground. Just like I maybe like a groan as air escapes my lungs.
All right. The dog starts barking violently and races across the hall towards you, its toenails clicking as it races against what clearly, as you're poised to see it because you're standing behind Gareth, the floor of this hallway is freshly waxed, because as the dog tries to stop, it cannot, and it just sort of like careens into Gareth's side.
Do I see it coming or no?
No, I think you're too wrapped up in your performance. You're trying to sell it too hard.
Okay,
I
well,
like to think the dog's just going to do
feel it-
CPR, personally.
if I feel it hit me, can I try and like scoop it up like it's a football?
And then what are you gonna do to it?
No.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I was gonna take my cloak out and try and scoop it up in a sack.
And then what are you gonna do to it?
Just keep it in there
All right.
in
Ash,
case I get hungry later.
I like you getting involved in the scene. So this dog sort of like slams into Gareth's side. You're gonna make a sleight of hand check actually as you use your cloak to attempt to scoop it up, but it's gonna be a little awkward because this cloak is attached to you.
Does the
17.
dog stop barking?
We'll find out.
I like to imagine when it said was like you know.
Yeah, it is currently barking, and then I think it hits Gareth, and there's like a yelp.
Well,
of,
I was
like,
gonna. I think if
unexpected-
I heard it like suddenly stop or heard annoyed, that would prompt me to begrudgingly perhaps get more
Yelps
involved.
pretty loud.
Its yelp is pretty loud. I want to see what Ast rolls, and then we'll figure out how much Mel hears.
17.
17's pretty good. Okay.
No, Mel's still eating fries and frosties. Then
Well, no, you were moving through the garden. You said,
I know.
Slowly. But while eating
I've-
fries and frosties, just sort of like I don't want to be doing this. All right. As you scoop up this pupper and sort of like stuff it into your cloak, nicely, I hope.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna kick Gareth and make him stop faking.
Okay. Cool.
How bad you gonna feel if he's not?
Not at all.
I think the dog
That's
gives
fair.
out one last like scared yelp because obviously a big stranger has just like enwrapped it in a voluminous cloak. And Mel and Arnold, you both hear a voice boom across this house on the inside. Help is on the way, dear. And then there are like echoing, thudding footsteps in a hallway upstairs.
Can I roll as soon as I hear this? Can I roll to hide in one of the suits of armor?
Fuck yes,
You're
you can.
Not a time.
Absolutely yes. Roll, I don't know, man. Something
Stealth.
impressive. Stealth. Roll stealth.
Let's go. That's my highest modifier. I've tricked you. I've deceived you. You've been fooled.
Roll a 1.
Oh God. Oh, that's not bad actually. 15 plus 22.
Okay. Arnold, you see the rogue.
Just take notes, Arnold.
Yeah.
I hit the
Whole
lever.
time.
Can't wait to cut that one out in post. Arnold, you see the rogue fucking scuttle into one of these suits of armor so fast it looks like he's liquid. And he
Amazing.
sort of like slaps the visor down on his face. What do you do? And what do you do?
Like, what else is in this room? Like, is there anywhere? Do you see anywhere, or would we see anywhere to like hide behind?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
there's,
dude,
there's
11 more suits of armor.
Yeah.
there are
of
suits
course.
of armor, but there
15
are
more.
there are a couple of rooms out like branching off from this hallway. There looks to be like a conservatory of some sort, glass looking out onto this dilapidated garden, and then to the right there is like a whatever room that is turned into a makeshift wardrobe. It's got racks and racks of clothes and coats and pants on like mobile like wheeling racks.
Fucking rich people.
It's
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna go and
worst.
hide in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with her.
We have
Okay.
the dog.
Yeah, we have the dog. So
We have the dog.
yeah, so we're gonna go in there.
Okay.
I
I'm
hope
gonna
there's
give
clothes
him
for
the
the
dog.
dog in there.
I'm gonna give him the dog.
Okay.
And we're gonna-
Arnold,
Yeah.
you run in and this dark elf just sort of pitches you a dog.
I go, oh, I just, like
a
Arnold's
sack
just like,
full of dog.
you are my new best friend. Your name is Cliff.
No, it barks. It barks immediately. Rawr. Hates it.
Its name is Scrappy Doo.
Oh, Scrappy! No one likes Scrappy Doo, so I just
No
The
one
dog
likes
kills
Scrappy Doo.
itself.
So no one will feel bad if the dog dies.
Oh no, we're not killing.
Oh,
Oh,
now
your
we're
name
on
is
to
Invincible Pup. Invincible, you're gonna live
Your
forever.
name is
bud.
Plot Armor.
So
Okay.
I just like so I'm just like hushing and like trying to be as sweet as I can to this dog, hoping.
Well, all right. So the two of you are sort of like just disappearing into these clothing racks, a la kids at a Macy's while your mom is
Of
doing
course.
shopping.
100%.
All right.
I wish
Give
my
me-
mom had never found me.
By the way, I'm just saying that Victorian era children definitely did the same thing that I'm doing in the armor equivalent of Macy's.
Yeah. Give me 2 stealth checks, please, Arnold and Azd. I want to see how well you do it.
I don't do it well.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ. All right. I should lie.
21.
Not gonna. What did you get?
21.
Oof,
Yeah.
21 is quite good. All right.
That's great. You know what I got? A 4. I got a 4.
That's less great.
It's because of the dog.
It's the dog's fault.
Yeah. So
But everybody but Arnold. That's
as you like Arnold, you see as like disappear into these clothes. Like she takes 2 steps and is pants.
I like just drift into the clothes. Like stepping
Yeah.
up.
She just like
Yeah.
silently Children of Narnia style, just like morphs into this wardrobe.
Like melted.
And then as you see Arnold just sort of like pitch himself sideways into a bundle of coats as
code. I'm code. Just
I am.
whispering. I am.
Mel, you open the door, and it opens into a sort of like glass-paned conservatory. The similarly dilapidated vibes continue from the garden. A lot of these windows are smudged, smeared. What little moonlight was coming from the cool spring night outside really struggles to penetrate. Your eyes adjust rapidly to the shadows as you hear heavy footsteps from the hallway outside your room, or the room that you just entered. And you hear a pretty booming voice still say, "Darling, Pupperance, where are you?" And Josh Pat is low-key growling.
Josh Pat doesn't like pupperants.
I don't like pupperants.
Nobody likes that dog.
I like pupperants.
I think you're just impressed by Pupperance. Just like the name is pretty good.
It's real cute.
She says through tears.
I found the one
So
person who
few
would like
things
Scrappy
make
Doo.
me happy. Okay, don't take this from me either.
This is Diana Stick.
Damn it. Cute things too.
Yeah. Doesn't make sense on paper, does it? All right, Mel. What are we doing?
Speaking of cute things, holy shit.
Hey. We're looking at the kitty.
This is Althea.
Althea?
Mhm.
Thea's
She's
eyes just
adorable.
glowed with the demonic light.
Yep, that's pretty.
I mean,
over.
she's a
They
cat.
be doing that.
All right. Bestie, what are we doing?
What am I doing? Josh Pat, he's pretty well trained to respond to commands. So I think that whatever command to like settle, just for the sake of, am I out in the open?
You're
I
in
guess
the
it's my
middle of a
first
pretty
question.
you're in the middle of a pretty empty room. There's some furniture, moth-eaten, clawed up, werewolf style, I guess.
But it's dark, right?
Dark, so like there are avenues to hide.
All right, because I can see in the dark.
Yes.
I don't know if whoever lives there can. But I think that would be my first inclination, would be to, kind of acknowledge JPZ there, so he knows, to chill. And then if there's like a corner or something that's a little bit dark that I can duck into, I would want to do that and see if I can't hear anything else.
So you motion for JPZ to quiet, and he does pretty much immediately. I think he gives you a little shit about it at first because he does smell a small yappy dog. But he does quiet, and then let's say there's a large decrepit fireplace in this conservatory that you can sort of like scoop into and let the shadows consume your form. Gareth.
I feel like we're in Clue.
I already made that joke.
Did you? I missed it.
She gets that too. Gareth.
That's 3 people who have made that joke, so it's
seriously?
gonna make it into the final cut. Well,
I dissociate sometimes. Continue.
standing in this suit of armor, like the most sneakiest person that has ever snuck to snook. That's how it's. That's
Are we
how it's
also in a
pronounced.
doctor
That's
suit?
gotta be a slur. There's no way. There's no way it isn't. You stuck a what?
You see a steel gray-haired woman come scrambling into this hallway. She is wearing what appears to be a professor like sport coat. She's you know what? She's just like Principal Trunchbull from Madeline.
Matilda?
Matilda. That's the one.
So close, but that's the mean principal that threw that girl by her pigtails, right?
Yeah, she like
Correct.
spun her around.
That bitch.
Except she's got steel gray hair, and in both hands, she is carrying a lit mace. It is on fire at one end.
Yeah, Gareth is making no real efforts to go anywhere. He's remaining stealthy. He's like breathing nice and slowly, not holding his breath. Because then if he runs out, he's like, and that's bad.
Okay, yeah, doing the good stealthy stuff.
Really maintaining his composure despite the flaming ball of actual death in front of him.
Okay, it's not a huge mace. It's on fire. It's a standard mace size. I don't want to give you the impression that this bitch is carrying around like a fucking Warhammer 40K.
What is a
weapon.
standard mace size?
About the size of a grapefruit.
Okay.
On the end of a stick that's on fire.
I got you.
Mikey.
But she pauses at the intersection of both of these rooms, and she looks one way and then the other, and she whispers, "Puprince? Are you there? Arnold."
Arnold would cast minor illusion to make it sound like the dog is running like back to upstairs or like toward where where they came from.
I gotta start tracking your spell slots, bro. You are
That's a cantrip.
blowing
That's
through
it.
them. All right.
Even I knew that.
Yeah.
Okay, Dianna, why don't you fucking cool your jets? All right.
I mean, so far I've only used 1 second level spell and cantrips.
All right. How dare you? All right. You
You can't just be proud of me for actually knowing something.
I am begrudgingly proud of you. Arnold, you cast minor illusion and you just make it go like into the study, like sort of like
Yeah, just like as if the dog's running away.
okay.
Upstairs.
You make the dog noises. Let me start that over in a phrase that somebody would use in real life. You cast the spell, and the phantom sound of tiny tippy taps runs up the hallway, up the stairs, and around the corner. And this woman immediately, like a blood hunter on the scent, whips around and chases after it, shouting "Pupperance" the whole way. And she disappears up the stairs and around the corner.
Perfect. Okay, so I would exit the clothes and be like, Gareth, and I forget which one he's in. Like I'm looking, he's hiding so well.
You
He's
just
so good at
slap
it.
every one of them.
I cast Mage Hand to slowly slap again. Just look at.
So can the suit of honor like move? Could I theoretically just like wear it, and if I have to, just like freeze up again?
So this is an episode of Scooby-Doo.
You know what? Yeah, Gareth, you can, because that shit's funny as hell.
Hell yeah.
You step forward.
So I slap my visor up. Arnold, I think just let the dog go. I don't think it's worth holding on to.
Maybe he's trying to get a new best friend for Josh Pat.
I look at him like, just be cool, buddy. And I kind of set him down nicely.
You throw it.
I didn't want to use that word, but
like a footballer who just got a
I
touchdown.
spike the dog, guys. I spike this dog.
Why would you combine the two things I love most to make something so horrible happen?
Sorry.
All right, you gingerly
To aid in your depression.
you gingerly huck this dog at a pile of coats that is on the ground, and it sort of like disappears into them with a muffled yelp, and then immediately like pops back out, and I think it growls at you, and then odds or evens, Arnold.
Odds.
I'm just picturing this dog popping his little head out of this pile of coats, and it's real cute.
It snarls once, turns tail, and flees. And Gareth, you see it actually run after its ostensibly its person up the stairs and around the corner.
I mean, it's mother, clearly.
Now,
Right.
I
Till
don't mean
Mel
to,
kills her and takes the dog.
no, Arnold, I don't mean to criticize your idea. It was great thinking, but if we're looking for Rainier, who's probably asleep, won't he most likely be upstairs?
You now, I do want to point out really quick. You guys came from upstairs. You
Oh,
guys started
true.
at a study, came
Oh.
downstairs into this hallway. So you just sent this woman upstairs. Now I will tell you that you did just send this woman up into a dead end. So you
Great.
have some time, but not a lot.
She'll find the dog
To
there
be
at
fair, the
least.
dog is heading that. Yeah. So
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean,
hopefully that'll
like I said, you've got some
work.
time, but not a lot.
This old
Okay,
lady is
quick, everyone-
super fast
everyone-
on her feet.
Everybody spread out and look for Rainier. Except you, don't spread out. I still kind of don't trust you. You stick with one of us.
So Arnold hasn't actually communicated with them. Okay, so yeah, the guy, so Arnold would say to them like, okay, so I can do this thing where I find objects and such. Last time I checked for Rainier's sword that he always seems to carry and have on him, it's straight this way through here. It's where I saw it. It was just a few minutes ago.
That way.
Lead the way, Arnold. And Gareth slaps down his visor again.
Nice. Okay, I'm okay with that. So
All right.
Yes,
Be-
Arnold's in the front, I'm in the middle, and Gareth is slowed down by his armor at the back.
yeah.
Bessie, are you getting involved? I think you hear Gareth and Arnold talking, and then you hear a voice you don't recognize as well. Probably mocking one of them or both.
I mean, that's just getting on Mel's good side, to be honest.
I'm surrounded by fools.
Right, like at that point, she's like based. She
Nice, youthful slang.
I know, I'm trying so hard to stay relevant. It's not going well. It's not. They sound close to me.
Yeah, just in the hallway outside your room.
Because there's a voice she doesn't know. Josh Pat was a little growly. She assumes he was growly at the yappy dog, but we don't necessarily know that. So she would probably step forward to she would pause at the walking armor.
Yeah. As
Gareth slaps up his armor. Psst, it's me.
Right. As you see manifesting out of the shadow in the conservatory, a cloaked and hooded figure. She has a bow strung along her back, and a coal black wolf pup walking at her side with bottle green eyes.
Are any of these two shocked to see her?
I think that's a question for these two bing bongs.
I have two above the table questions.
Go.
One, can I manage now to be holding my teleporting knife on the outside of my armor so I don't have to like fish around on the plates if we get into combat?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
That's not funny.
Okay.
Well, because you slithered up into this armor under duress, and you did it very quickly. I don't think
Okay.
like if you want to take the time to like pull it
Yeah,
out.
no, that's what I was saying. If I could take the time to do
Oh.
that now before we get into combat and I have to do it in a rush.
I will say, yeah, you can take a second. You do not have much time. This lady is going towards a dead end that you have directed her to, but you have
Yeah,
a second.
I was thinking
to
I
reach
just
in.
just pop off the gauntlet and kind of like fish it down my sleeve.
Oh, your sleeve. Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
This is a family show.
Yeah.
The
my bad.
second question is, can you describe this lady again? Because I wasn't paying attention.
As
Did you dissociate too?
No, Trunchbull.
No, the person that just like appeared.
Oh, that's Diana. It's
bitch,
Mel.
that's Mel.
Me.
Oh, well, you just described somebody dramatically, and someone said, "Well,
Am I not
you guys
dramatic?
react?" Anyway,
Because she doesn't know me.
yeah. Bill, I get it. I'm caught up now.
The
Move on.
drama was for me.
I'm with it. I'm here. We're all on the same page.
So
Okay, you guys
So-
recognize her, right?
So I go, oh, Mel, there's another dog here. I don't know how Josh Pat's gonna react to this. But I was like, there's another dog here. There's the terrifying person with a flamey sword. I know I wouldn't have seen the flamey sword, right? I don't know if I could. Could I see
No,
that?
I don't think you've seen it. I think you heard
I don't think so. I
her and
won't
you
say-
could
Yeah,
infer
I-
that she
then
was
I-
scary.
I
Right.
think Gareth will chime in and be like, "Yeah, she had a flaming mace. It was insane."
In flame.
And I say, as I look her up and down. I gather you're the brains of this operation.
The closest thing we've got to it. What are you two? What the hell are you doing? And I know there's another dog. It's okay. I've got Josh Pan handled. That's not a problem. He's a good boy. What are you guys? What are you doing? Hi, nice to meet you. What are you doing?
Gareth, I'm hiding.
I think
Yes,
really quick, I do want to ask how many people know this is Rainier Neverember's house. I know that Ask knows because she's here on a mission. Gareth, do you know, or was this just a house you happened upon?
So no, I know. I put it together when she said she was looking for Rainier.
Okay.
And then I kind of like knowingly looked at Arnold and went, "Oh," but whether or not Arnold has put it together is
He
not
must have
up
because
to
he
me.
did a locate object.
Yeah.
Rainier.
Yeah,
The only
yeah.
one who doesn't know is me because all
Okay.
I wanted was my frosty and my fries and to go home and then I
Watch
see y'all.
HGTV.
Was it a chocolate
Exactly.
frosting?
Yeah. Well, no,
No,
because
it was-
Josh
it was
Pat. I
vanilla.
was sharing it with Josh Pat, and he can't have the chocolate. So I'm, like I'm grumpy at baseline, but now I'm like confused and grumpy and just wanting an idea of what's going on. So yes, I see you're hiding. Why are we hiding? What is with this house? Why are we here?
We're
Okay,
looking
so
here.
it's Wednesday, as you know. So I was breaking and entering and stealing and a list of various misdemeanors and felonies.
Is that something you routinely do on Wednesdays? I did not know that. I did not want to know that.
Well, then you don't and you didn't. Now, I was in here for perfectly normal and legal reasons. And when I stumbled upon I actually never got your name, miss.
Asked.
Yeah, that as anyway.
No, it's
uh,
asked.
as
Nikolaj.
Yeah, you've got to
Anyway.
say the apostrophe before the T.
Anyway, as was looking for Rainier and so
Rainier's house?
I suppose so, but there's also an old lady here who might be Rainier's mom.
I knew about the
Um,
old lady. I didn't know about Rainier.
Yeah,
I
no, she
get-
started charging up the stairs and I hid in a suit of armor. And honestly, I don't feel safe leaving it.
That's fine. I support Iron Man.
Radical class change. I just start leveling into barbarian.
Paladin, baby.
I don't. Are we sticking with? What if we just left? What if we just left and went home and we could find one of those 24-hour Wendy's?
No, we really need to find Rainier.
Rainier,
It's
we
Dianna.
run into him all the time.
Yeah, but we need him right now. This is like an emergency situation.
How
Like,
does
it's a
he
whole thing.
you
I'd
need
love
him
to
right now?
explain, but I think that Rainier's mom, even though she's got it going on, might be returning soon. So
My God.
Well, maybe we need to find some place where you can explain.
I agree.
Like our house. Let's go, everybody.
I mean, honestly, Mel's like, yeah, like back home.
Okay, let's find Rainier. Ask him a
Well,
few
Mel
questions.
is not going to just outright trust this person who's saying she needs to find Rainier. And Rainier is not Mel's favorite person, but they've gone through some stuff together and
Okay, but if we find Rainier, he can explain that he was in Menzoberranzan recently, and I am legitimately a dark elf that knows who he is and needs to find him.
well, I wasn't questioning that. Would I know what that means?
I think you would have heard of Menzoberranzan abstractly, Mel.
Do I know
Maybe on one of
anything
your maybe
about
on one of your
it?
raging. I think you know that it's hard to get to and notoriously not super open to strangers. I think that's the
How
extent
often
of
do
your
you
knowledge.
guys see a dark elf in these parts?
Well, you are in a major city, so you're not, like an eyesore. But it's definitely not.
Actually, I see elves all the time and I just don't see color.
I'm literally half elf.
I was gonna say I'm half elf. Arnold and I together are one whole elf.
And we're pretty dark. I don't know if you've noticed. At least one of us gets.
Yeah, like tonally.
Well, one of
like,
us is allowed to be dark on the show. The other one.
Listen, we can't outdark the darkness here.
Wow, boy, we are-
challenge accepted. No,
Really
I
good
am,
one.
and because Mel doesn't wholly trust Rainier, if she knew enough to know that that would be a difficult place to get into, I mean, at that point, she would be kind of interested, intrigued, and probably on board with this. All right, begrudgingly, but
All right. Moving to
Did
stay.
we just become best friends?
maybe.
No. Moving to stay ahead of this housekeeper. You all move down the hallway.
The housekeeper. I like how we all jumped to be like, Rainier must live with his mom.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know
you
why
see-
any of you got
because
that.
he seems like that kind of guy.
Okay, she's a terrible housekeeper, judging by the state of this place.
All right,
There
that's
is
fair.
that.
You all run through the house.
Scooby style.
Scooby-Doo style. So the camera's sort of at the front, and then you all sort of like crisscross it going into different rooms at different
Yeah,
times.
we walk into one door and somehow come out another one. across
Right.
the
You like
hall.
somebody
You know what
opens a
you could do?
closet.
You could just like shuffle all the screens right now so that you get the effect.
I'm not going to
Yeah,
do that.
that'll
because I
only
have to
take like
edit it
3
later.
hours in editing. It'll
Yeah,
be really
I'm not
fun.
gonna do that. But like Arnold opens a closet door and somehow the housekeeper's there going rah, and Arnold closes the closet door and like skedaddles away.
And then at some point, I'm like out of the suit of armor, and the
Like, she's
housekeeper
in
is
it.
like, rah!
yeah, she's in it. She opens the visor and then closes it. And then like she stumbles on it later in a hallway, and then like she like bashes it, or she like pops it open thinking Garrett's gonna be in it, and then he's not, and she's really
It's
confused.
the dog.
It's the
And then,
dog.
right before
It's
we
Pup
leave,
Prince.
we
It's
jump and we like tread the air for a few seconds before we like run away.
Absolutely.
Well, if this while what's playing?
Fucking what's that song that like
Benny Hill.
Yeah, Benny Hill, thank you, that's exactly what I sung in that moment. We don't need to go back and check that.
Just
But-
I want you to edit over it perfect. So like, is that the song that goes there? And then just like a perfect audio sample.
Arnold, your spell that you sort of like threw into the depths of this house and then disregarded to cast your other spells. You have a feeling as you sort of like settle in what appears to be a more lived in section of the house. It's on the ground floor where the lights are on. At least there's like one hallway lantern lit. There's a kitchen with a fireplace in it and a tea kettle on a stove. There is also an open door next to a flight of stairs leading down with a
Is there
bed.
any breakfast cereal in the kitchen?
Yes, there are 3 boxes of breakfast cereal. on
Anthony, come at us with the puns. Dungeons and
shelf.
Dragons.
Are
Cereal
there any
puns. Let's go.
Bibles? Are there
the
any
shelves
Bibles
above
in the kitchen?
the stove. There are obviously you got your Dragon Neuse, right? It's a big one right off the top. You've got your Rogues Gallery.
Which one? It's not a pun, is it?
No, it's just a phrase that I said and hoped it was funny.
I wanted the puns.
And then there's a third box that is what, Arnold?
Oh, I have to do it? No, I didn't. I'm not. Nope. Nope. I'm gonna no but.
I didn't sign up for this shit.
I didn't sign up for any of this.
You
I'm
were
fucking-
so on it in the beginning.
Oh, I didn't. I said it. I was like, I don't want to do any more cereal. I want to go kill Rainier. That's what we're doing today, right? We're gonna kill Rainier Neverember.
All right, well,
You
to
got
your point.
you got your Holios and your Paladin puffs.
There we
Paladin
go.
puns.
all right,
Now we're
Paladin Puffs,
talking.
Holios and Dragonos. That's what's on the shelf above the stove. But
Right.
more to the point, Arnold, there is a door leading to a small bedroom. It's almost tucked up under a set of stairs with a bed, and then leaning in front of the door against this bed is a very familiar rapier in a scabbard, sort of like tucked onto a bedpost.
Awesome. Okay. Do we hear or do I hear anything or see anything? Like, do I see or do I hear any evidence of a person in the area?
No, I think you hear the distant sounds of this housekeeper moving through the
Okay.
house, the bad guy in a Scooby-Doo episode, but not from the room that you're looking at. No.
Gotcha. Okay. So I could say, okay. I've good news and I have bad news. The good news is I found the rapier. The bad news is it's not at the moment attached to Rainier. I will say, I'll tell you right now that if we walk away and just steal stuff and go home, at some point he's gonna put that on again, and we can
You know
find
what,
it.
Arnold, you're
Yeah.
halfway to the right idea.
What if we just steal his rapier and he has to
And
come?
she's all the way to the right idea. That right there is a bargaining chip. Now he has to give us the information.
There you go.
I go for the rapier.
Okay, Gareth, you walk into this room and it is indeed, it looks like a storage closet that's been repurposed as a bedroom. The bed is like a twin at best and sort of like cockeyed against the only wall it fits against. There's a series of shelves. There's a series of like hand knitted, sort of like clumsily made bed sheets or blankets or rugs that's been thrown onto the bed that are pulled back, that somebody like clearly hastily got out of. The shelves are full of kids books and like young adult mysteries, and there are board games on the one table that are sort of like stacked on top of each other, rifled through. There are little pieces of action figures. For all intents and
Percy
purposes,
Jackson by Rick Riordan.
the guy that Gareth canonically had sex with.
No tabletop RPGs?
No, it's all. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it looks like a kid's bedroom.
Wow.
Intents and purposes.
That's
It's
what I
intense.
heard.
It's intents and purposes.
It's very intense, and there are a number of purposes.
I gotta be
So-
honest, the fact that this looks like a kid's bedroom is not changing Mel's impression that he lives with his mom.
It's honestly cementing it.
That's
So,
yeah.
but Gareth, this rapier is just like leaning against one bed post.
Yeah, so I'll grab it.
Okay. It's not. I mean, it's not cursed or anything. Like you have it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I've seen Rainier use it, so I'm not like that. Was like my guard was very low there, so if it was
Yeah,
cursed,
yeah.
I'd be boned. But
Man, for a rich guy, he sure don't live like a rich guy.
Rainier's rich.
I don't know. We tried to rob his house.
I should be way nicer to Rainier.
You knew we have used his money for so many things now.
Yeah, dude. Gareth knows he's rich.
Oh fuck, dude! I'm thinking of the guy. I'm thinking of Floon for some reason.
Bruh.
Because
No, we're robbing food.
Wow.
I thought for some reason I thought we've been robbing Floon this whole time.
I would love to fucking know what Floon's house looks like. You know what? It's probably a one bedroom apartment above a bowling alley.
Yeah, right. Dude, for some reason though, I like to imagine it's like pristine.
Oh.
It sounds like it's got furry walls, and that's just me going off his name.
Yeah. Okay, so you have the rapier. Are you gonna beat a tactical retreat and let Rainier come to you guys? Because
Yeah,
like,
I think I'll
I mean,
think
once
I'll,
you
like-
have what you like something. I mean, it does not sound like you all would stay here.
No, it does.
You guys have a secret
I think
note
I was
together?
like,
Like, how do you contact him?
we don't. He'll show up.
Oh, okay. Does he show up when something goes missing?
He shows up whether we like it or not.
That's
great.
true.
Yeah.
So can I look around the room and see if I see, like, do I recognize anything else that might be valuable or cool?
I also look for that.
Are you looting right now, Arnold?
Well, I'm in a room with a bunch of toys. Arnold's gonna be interested. I'm not. Also, I'm literally here to learn how to be stealthy.
Also, yeah, this is like looting was our original
Yes.
intention, so
Yeah, I
we're
don't
going
actually
to do
care about
that.
finding
All right. Gareth, roll investigation. Arnold, roll investigation with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Mel's just gonna tell them to hurry up.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
got a 12.
Okay.
No. I got a 10.
Wow. Okay, Gareth, there is a action figure on the nightstand that is a painted Balrog that has
Oh, hell yeah.
little tiny sapphires for eyes.
That's fucking badass.
Like, you shall not pass kind of thing?
Yep, that's exactly the one.
I pointed
Love
out
that
to
thing.
I pointed out to Arnold, and I'm like, hey, can you double check the making that thing isn't cursed?
So I said, what? Which thing? And Arnold just grabs the Balrog, like his statue is like, this is so cool.
Incredible. Unfortunately, it's not cursed, but damn it, I wish that it was.
You know what? Gareth found out one way or another.
Using Arnold as bait the way God intended it.
Exactly.
Can I look for a diary?
Oh, great question. As you can, there is on the nightstand underneath the Balrog, almost like the Balrog was guarding his hopes and dreams, a
Nice.
leather-bound journal, quill, and ink pot. Beating a hasty retreat out of this.
Wait. No, wait. Before we leave, Arnold, while they're like playing with the journal and like looking at the Balrog, is like taking out a piece of paper and cutting out a fancy ghost. And
Are
saying,
you scrapbooking this?
no, I'm just gonna leave our calling card of our
That's
robbery.
what they said. We need to leave a sign,
Yeah,
but nothing that the housekeeper can read.
Yeah, so I'm leaving like a picture of a ghost and I'm gonna sign it, Arnold, and like leave it on the bed.
No, you're not signing it.
Yes, I am. 100%. I'm signing it.
Say boo.
And I'm saying I'm leaving it on the bed.
Does Gareth notice him leaving a calling card?
I'm guessing he doesn't do it super subtly, knowing Arnold.
No, of course not. I'm just like,
I
no,
think
Ghost Mafia, we're doing this.
Gareth
Gareth
puts
hates
Arnold
calling
in like
cards.
timeout.
Is the light source a candle in this room? Because I'll burn the note.
It is a lantern on the ceiling.
Oh, okay. Is there a fireplace? Because like,
Damn.
So
Arnold, I
Mel is
liked your
just
note.
Mel is just like, come on, let's go. It's fine. He'll know what it means. It's fine. He knows us. Let's just go. Let's just get the fuck out of here.
okay, let's
He is
go.
undoubtedly.
I don't want to miss Fixer Upper. Let's go.
We are absolutely the first person he will come to. Like something's gone missing. It's probably the player characters.
Really hanging on that plot armor. All right. Yeah, you all run out of the house. Gareth with a clank, clank, clank as he sprints in this full.
Oh yeah, I'm
suit
taking
of
the armor with me.
And you all beat a hasty retreat. I think just ahead of this housekeeper who like she like runs at the door and she's got pupperants in like a football carry and a mace like over her head.
She's like throwing silverware at us.
I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you fucking idiots.
She like
That's
we
another
get out the
banger
door and
episode.
she just can't step past the door because she doesn't
Yeah,
have the right coding.
She can't break the threshold because she's an NPC.
She can't break the fourth wall.
So let's do a smash cut. Smash cut. Let's say it is Troll Skull Manor, Troll Skull Tavern, excuse me, opening maybe like the next morning. I think who's downstairs early in the morning? Like 8 a.m. Gareth to open, sure.
Also important detail with the suit of armor. He has it on display in his room, but he didn't really know how to get out without fucking it up. So he just tossed his knife onto the bed and was teleported out of the suit.
Honestly, pretty clever.
That's the best.
So you now have a suit of we'll call it half plate in your bedroom. But
Mel would be up, but she in the mornings always takes JP out for his walk around the area and whatnot. So she's up and around, but not like there. But she'll come back at some point. Maybe.
I think
I'm in bed reading the journal.
I think you're at the bar reading the journal because you don't have a bed at
Okay.
this spot.
Would
But
we not give her a room?
oh, I guess that's a great question. I mean, you guys got back pretty late. Probably would you have given her like a spare bed to hang out at?
I mean, we have a lot of rooms, or
You
We
do,
do- we
but you're
actually
also
don't-
not a hotel, so
no, I
We
know,
actually
but it's
don't have a lot of room. I think what Gareth would do is be like, just offer one of the couches in the story time area of the library, because obviously we have a story time area.
you gotta have a
Right.
story time area.
I mean, it's right next to the fire, so it's very cozy.
Oh, I love it.
All
Feels
right.
like home.
So you're sitting up in this couch reading Rainier Neverember's journal. There's a lot. I'm going to be real there's a lot of Dear Diary in there.
I hate
lot.
my dad. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no.
When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city
Yeah,
to
you
see
get
too much. And
you get a lot of I hate my dad out of this journal. It's like bleeding from every page. Rainier Neverember, if there's one thing he does,
Based.
not okay.
hate his dad.
The title of the journal is called "I Hate My Dad."
A Rainier Neverember story.
It's not okay.
In parentheses, this is nonfiction.
This is real life shit. Gareth, I think you hear a whistling outside, a jaunty tune, and the bell over the door.
It's that song. Sorry. When I
I've
was
got it.
a young boy.
I didn't want to interrupt. I thought it was fantastic. You hear the door, the bell over the door jingle, and a familiar red-headed figure walks in and says, "Ah, get it, my dear companion, and how good it is to see you. Listen, you wouldn't happen to know anything about a burglary in the Seaward last night, would you? Nah?
A burglary, the horror, the shock, the dismay I am going through right now. Can I get you anything? Here, have a mug on me. And then I use his rapier to hook a mug and pass it to him.
he says, "Getteth, you dear man, you understand that Arnold signed a piece of paper and left it on my desk. It had his name on it. It said, 'We were here. Please come here for your stuff.'"
Well, of course, we weren't robbing you. That would be immoral and illegal.
So
You
can I?
man, Gareth, you are holding my father's sword in your hand.
Of course, and I have every intention
It's
to
a
give it back
prank,
to you.
bro.
So Arnold would be coming down the stairs like as he hears Rainier enter the place. He's like,
Mhm.
Rainier, I'm so excited. You got my note.
As I think you hear this from the couch, so you can get involved anytime.
Oh
But,
yeah.
you look up to see
I had an idea.
look up to see a violently red-haired individual standing amicably, I will say, in the common room of Troll Skull, sort of like bantering with Gareth and Arnold coming down the stairs. There's a smile on his face. He seems to be having a pretty good time.
I'm gonna cast my John Cena invisibility spell and eavesdrop.
Okay, can I look at Arnold and be like, Arnold, I need you to, if you can, I don't actually know if Anthony can do this or not. I need you to make an illusion of this rapier.
I can't make one that he can take, but I can make one like
It's
on the
immaterial.
ground. That's yeah, it's immaterial.
That's fine.
Sure. Wait, what do you want me to do with it? What do you want? Where do you want it?
Just put it on the counter here, please.
Okay, got it.
And then I'll make like a big show of using my cloak, and I'll roll like sleight of hand. Basically, I wanted to know that he can't tell which is the real rapier or not.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll do-
I
yeah,
want
yeah.
you to have like two really big like jugs to put over it, like it's
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it's like a shell
Yeah.
game, but with a whole ass
Yeah,
sword
yeah,
between them.
exactly. Yeah, that's why it's
Exactly.
gonna have to be like whole fucking barrels on top of it.
Okay, so yeah, so he says, "What an amazing display of dexterity, sir. I assure you, I have no idea which of these swords is which on the bar."
Fantastic. Now we just want to have a brief conversation with you, and then after which you can take your rapier and go home. And I assure you, you'll know which one is real then, because you'll be able to hold and touch it.
This seems like an unnecessary display of craftsmanship. My dear friend Gareth, I understand that you are the most sort of profound magician, sort of sleight of hand person in the city. Yes, I do not need a display of your sort of sneakiness. Just please give me back my father's sword, and also the balrog that you stole that guarded my journal, and also I would like my journal back, please. And then I will be on my way, and we can pretend this whole thing never happened, and we can pretend that
Okay,
you did not disturb Vero or her dog Pupperin. She was very upset.
A few things. One, I know you, of course, do not need to witness a display. However, my friend Arnold absolutely needs to put on a display in everything he does, and I'm only being thoughtful. I'm sure you understand.
And I
Two-
bow. I'm like, just like
That
trying
is
to
a good point. I will acquiesce to this. Yes.
2, the rapier I have full intention of giving you back. The journal I couldn't care less about, and the Balrog I've never seen or heard of in my life.
Does Rainier not care about the missing suit of armor?
Bit of armor.
I genuinely don't think he gives a fuck. I'd be surprised if he noticed. It was one of 11. You know what I mean? Like,
He's actually never been to those rooms in his house.
yeah, it's rich people shit.
He's in the
I
kitchen
wouldn't
and the
know.
bedroom. That's it.
He says, yes, of course. Okay. All right. Let bygones be bygones. Let us say that for successfully breaking into my father's house, you can have my childhood statue of the Balrog. I know that you noticed the tiny gems in the eyes, huh? I'm sure that they have met the hands of some sort of fence in the city, and that is fine. But I would like my journal back, and whatever display of aficionadament that you have in front of me here for my father's sword, fine. But I would like that back as well.
Now, of course, I hate to break it to you. I cannot speak for your journal as I did not steal it and neither did Arnold. There was actually another person who broke into your house last night.
I
Why
assume
is-
you.
Would he just assume it was me?
I assume it was the angry lady or her dog. Yes, the Joshua Patrick.
Believe me, if Mel broke into your house, you would know.
There'd be blood everywhere. No.
And Pupprins would be gone.
There would be,
But there would be
no
another. There would be a
survivors.
new dog at Troll Skull that looks a lot like Pupprins, but this is Tupprince, and
Shut the fuck up.
Tupprince is the Troll Skull Manor dog.
So
Wait,
Arnold,
hang
Oh,
on.
go ahead.
As was gonna say something, we
Oh, go ahead.
interrupted her.
Oh, I was just gonna mutter under my breath, rogues and thieves,
Okay, that's fair, honestly.
assholes.
Rogues, thieves, and assholes.
Gave me up just like that.
Anyway, so I inform Rainier that there was another person who broke in.
Okay.
Didn't you hear me when I said he was untrustworthy?
I also notably didn't like say who. I just said that somebody else took it. So I'm
Which is
like,
why I was like, I feel like he would just assume it was me.
He would, but I'm curious if our guest is the type of person who would let that moment go by without a comment, or if that would be something that she would like insert herself into.
Yeah, I feel like my ego's gonna get the better of me.
That is what I was insinuating. Yes, I didn't want to say it out loud because that would be rude.
Okay, when I mutter rogues, thieves, and assholes under my breath, it's not so much under my breath.
You shout rogues, thieves, and assholes at the top of your lungs.
That's
Okay.
gonna be like the title of the book about us. Our
I
journey of
give
D&D
myself up.
is just
Rogues, thieves, and
Rogues, thieves, and
assholes.
assholes.
so after I hear that, I just continue talking and go like, now due to strict thieves' honor, I cannot tell you who broke in or what that sound just was.
You couldn't just say honor amongst thieves.
No, because that's copyrighted.
Copyrighted now. Yeah, the Wizards have got that one locked down. But Rainier points to the person who just shouted from the couch less than 20 feet away and
She's
says,
invisible, right?
She's
"Oh shit,
invisible,
she is
yeah.
invisible."
Yeah.
He says, "Gareth, did you hear the empty air of your living room just saying rogues, thieves, and assholes?"
I mean,
You
it
know
is a
what,
haunted
man?
house.
This is a bar. It's
Is that the ghost you are referencing in your notes?
this is a bar. It's 8:13 in the morning. This place is haunted. Who knows what it was? Anyway, she wanted to speak to you, or he, who knows who it was, wanted to speak to you very badly. They said that they heard from a friend's friend, they have no reason to have known this firsthand, that you visited the home of the Drow elves, and we wanted to know about that. Sounds interesting. How was your trip?
Yeah, this is of course ridiculous. I have been nowhere. I was with you at the harbor just the other day. We were underwater. Remember, we killed that mobster Ursula Fluxen together. Yes, I paid
Above
rent.
table. How long ago was that in this timeline?
Probably like less than a week.
Okay, thank you.
Recent.
Okay.
but he says we killed Ursula Fluxen together. I paid the mercenary Travis to stab him in the gut several times over and over, and I did out of earshot of you, out of deference to your party's sort of like lawfulness. I did tell Travis to make it hurt quite a bit, and I paid extra for it. So,
And you owe me for that. I'll be sending you the bill.
again, Gareth, the empty air of your living room seems to not care for me directly.
You know what? I have to agree with you. It's the least stealthy batch of invisible empty air I've ever encountered. I've never been more bothered or distracted by an empty couch in my entire life.
But more to the point, Gareth. I have
But in like a cool way.
It has been I think at least 8 to 10 years since I have set foot in Menzoberranzan, the homeland of the Drow. I think it is a lovely city, of course, and not without its problems, but I think they have been closed off to foreign trade for some time.
Okay.
He's lying. Invisibility off.
I'm going to be honest, Rainier. She can take it from here. I don't really. You can have your
Yes. If you will excuse me, dear friend, Whomst just
This
appeared in
is-
the empty air of your living room.
This may or may not be the other burglar. If she wants to know about your trip, take your sword back. Whatever, man. I got a business to run. I start going
Okay,
back to that cleaning.
I give him the smolder and
You
he
give
like
him the
zips it real
smolder?
quick.
Bessie, what'd you say?
Oh, I was gonna say I like to think that like Mel and Josh
Yeah,
Pat
yeah.
come back right when all this shit is going down, and she's once again like low key thinking about turning around and like going back out, but she doesn't. She hangs at the door because she's like, "There's this it was invisible, and now it's not. There's something happening. Arnold's here, so it's bound to go shitty somehow."
Get weird.
Yeah, so she's gonna hang kind of back and see what happens.
Okay. So as you discard your invisibility, call him a
Yeah.
liar, step forward.
Yep.
He says, excuse me, dear lady, I don't believe I've made your acquaintance. My name is Ranear Neverember. I am one of the prominent nobles of here in this grand city of Waterdeep, and I
I
assure
know
you,
who you are.
you will let me finish. I assure you I am not used to being called a liar to my face, so perhaps you could explain who you are, why you are holding my journal, and why you were eavesdropping on a conversation between friends.
To be fair, Rainier, I've called you a liar to your face, but continue. I'm real interested in this.
Mel, you are not helping yourself. Yeah, I assure you, Josh Patrick is as cute as ever. But if you could hush a bye, thank you so much.
Are you not Rainier? What's your last name?
My name is Rainier Neverember. Do not pretend
Never.
that you do not know who I am. My father was one of the most scandalized, prominent nobles of the city. Rainier Neverember, you are holding my childhood journal. I would like it back. Why were you eavesdropping on a conversation between friends?
Because you were just in the men's. Hang on, let me look.
Absolute wild nickname to come up with halfway through this episode. I love it. My lady, I assure you, what I said to my boon companion Gareth was true. I have not been to Menzoberranzan in some 7 to 10 years. At
Well, then
least
who
a
is
decade.
the Rainier Neverember that's been in the men's the last couple of weeks trying to trade arms underground?
Everything that happens in Menzoberranzan is underground. It is not impressive that it is happening underground. The entire city is
Underground. Further underground. We have our underground in underground.
In the basement of Menzoberranzan, what Rainier Neverember is trading weapons. That was what you're saying.
Can Mel tell if he's telling the truth? Can I roll for whatever that is?
Roll lie
Absolutely.
detector. I
Give
mean,
me-
insight.
Give me an insight check. Before you do that, we're gonna take a quick pee break because I'm fucking dying over here. Give me a second. Bessie, roll that insight check for me.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I got distracted.
No, it's fine.
Hold on. I'm
Take a
gonna
break.
pull up my 15.
15.
Yes.
It could be that there is like color rising in his cheeks, or the vehement pace with which he refutes these sort of accusations. But you're buying what Rainier Neverember is selling. He definitely appears to genuinely like hasn't been in Menzoberranzan in some time. But
Where's-
go ahead.
Where's Floon?
Notably, Floon is not there. Which
The
Gareth,
Batman
you strikes you as a little
Wayne.
curious.
Dude, is
because
this a fucking Superman Clark Kent situation? Is Flood actually Rainier? Holy shit, that'd be amazing.
Well, I mean, everybody always gets them confused with the violent red hair or whatever. And if
Dude,
and if
that's there's a non-zero chance that just ruined a huge dramatic twist for Alex. But
what I mean, that's why I asked the question: is where's Floon?
that is a good point, yeah.
Because I know that they always, and that's why I asked if I could tell if he was lying or not, because if he seems to be telling the truth, my follow-up question is going to be, where's the dude that they always confuse to be Rainier recently with the other dudes that whispered really loud right into Arnold's ear?
What a wild time that was. Floon is not here. I do want to keep the scene between our guest and Rainier very quickly, because he is going to say, yes, of course, it is very easy for you to stroll into the city as a stranger and make accusations against a member of the nobility. But have you anything to back up your statement? Have you any shred of proof? Or are you just walking in here accusing willy-nilly?
Oh damn! Do I have shred of proof?
You told Gareth earlier
Yeah,
in this
you
episode
said you
that
had
you had,
the like
I had
you
a
had
press release.
you had a press release, is what you
I
said.
do have a press release.
What does it say? Which is not something that I like to ask, genuinely curious at the 3/4 to 85% mark of the episode.
It says successful trade delegation between. Oh, we what is deep?
We're in Waterdeep right now. Yep.
Yeah, Waterdeep and Menzoberranzan as nobleman Rainier Neverember attends the king's court
All right.
to celebrate the
Rainier Never
signing of
who?
a new
Was this-
alliance.
That's
No,
a
we're not-
very long headline.
And does it say
Yeah.
Nevermore or Neverember?
We're not going to hang on a second. We're not going to tease our guests for not knowing the intricacies of all of our
Oh,
NPC names.
I was wondering if it was an actual.
No,
I was
the-
wondering if
she's-
that was like a
She's
clue.
inventing this on the fly, which I'm
Oh,
gonna be
okay,
real.
okay.
She got pretty close. She got pretty good.
Okay.
I'm gonna tweak it a little bit, Azra, if it's okay with you. It says weapons delivered successfully, all according to plan. And then at the bottom, it is signed the real heir of Dagold Neverember.
Oh my god.
Ah.
I
Oh,
low-key
shit.
think her headline was better.
Wow.
It was
okay.
longer, but it was more compelling.
No. I disagree because the real heir does not mean it's fucking Rainier. It could be some jealous guy who gets confused for him all the time, maybe.
Plot twist.
Right.
Reject son of sorts.
Uh,
Some bum
Because
who
he
ended up
has
working
all
at a
that
bar /
fantasy
library.
weed.
Turns out
It's all
Rainier's
that
actually
fantasy
Rosita's
weed.
son, and that was Rainier's mom.
You brandish this piece of paper and Rainier snatches it from you, and reads it and says, "Now, this is clearly ridiculous. First of all, I have not been to Menzoberranzan in 7 to 10 years, as I have told you, and whomsoever wrote this missive is masquerading as one of my siblings, the true heir of Dagold Neverember. Everybody knows that I am the real heir of Dagold Neverember. He has bequeathed unto me his entire empire, which is slowly falling to pieces underneath my reign. It must be said, I have lost several taverns and bars in the last few days, but this is neither here nor there.
I think Gareth will try to like cut him off and be like, Rainier, how many of your siblings are, and pardon my bluntness, still alive?
Less than there were 6 months ago. Praise be to God.
That did not answer the question. Give me a number.
I believe there are 3 of us currently. There is my eldest sister, Alora, and there is my infuriating younger brother, the black sheep of the family, the one who does nothing that he is supposed to, Steve.
Steve.
Ooh, Steve.
What does Steve do?
Steve is an accountant, and I know what you are thinking, Gareth. You are thinking, perhaps that Steve is making a thrust for the throne. Yes, he is trying to take my father's empire away from me, but I assure you, he works nowhere near here. He is an accountant in Baldur's Gate.
Do you have a picture of Steve by chance?
I have a sketch here in my wallet. Yes, he is a very
Perfect.
comely man.
Can I have a gander?
Yes, of course. He pulls out a fucking wallet and pulls out a fucking 3x3 sketch
yeah.
Photo.
of a guy with big, thick glasses who is balding and has buck teeth.
Damn, I really thought I was on to something. That's crazy.
I have an above table
Yes,
because
go ahead, Bessie.
I'm not sure if I'm remembering. We heard the name Alora before, or am I confusing that with somebody else?
I think you have heard it before, but I just pulled it out of my ass to just name a
Oh.
sister.
Doesn't
right now.
mean
Like,
anything?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I
It's not a
didn't
connection to that.
slyly. No, I didn't slyly weave a story thread. I
Okay.
invented a name on the fly.
Because that was the same name as the password, right? The woman from the.
That's what I
That
thought in the
was- no.
picture, and that's why I was like, "Oh shit, they're related."
man,
Maybe
that
if I could remember, that would have
that would've
been
been
real
really
clever if you had done that.
Okay, great. So I think Gareth will realize that he's actually a dumbass and be like, ah, he has beautiful eyebrows.
Now, Gareth, I know that you are not going to look at those buck teeth and talk about his eyebrows. That man could peel wood with his mouth. Look at him. He doesn't need a corkscrew.
You
You know
said
what-
there's one less sibling,
And there
or
was
at
6
least
months
one, than
ago.
there was 6 months ago. What happened? What happened there? Who died?
Oh, my lady Meliora, clearly you are not from around these parts. I find your presence delightful, of course, but you must not be aware. Perhaps they do things much more peacefully in your village. But the ruling class of Waterdeep, how shall I put this lightly in the presence of my fair lady here? There can only be one heir to the family
Heir.
name.
Highlandered.
Sort of the Highlander rules. Exactly. You have seen the film. So I have seen to it that several of my siblings have met a demise of some sort, timely, untimely, painful, or swift.
Have been de-aired.
So can Arnold ask? Okay, so Rainier, I trust you completely. I've questioned you a couple of times, but now I know we're best friends. I'm never gonna doubt that again. You're my boon companion. I'm with you 100%. Name on my back, just like all my other best friends. That being said, I can tell you and tell all my other friends, which you know, Rainier wants everyone to know his name. He wants everyone to know who he is. He's not going to sign some abstract thing. He's going to write Rainier Neverember.
Rainier Neverember. Exactamente.
I know that because I know his signature. I've been practicing it just in case. Gareth told me to do this night after night. He says you have to practice because Rainier's very rich, and it's good to know his signature just in case. I don't know why, but it's
Tech fraud.
I like this. This makes me imagine that Gareth gives Arnold hope. It's just like a booklet of various signatures he practices forging.
So
I need the mayors tomorrow. Do 30 of those.
So Arnold continues. He's just like, but Rainier, which of your two remaining siblings do you imagine would sign their name the proper heir of Neverember? Would they both do this? Perhaps one is more likely.
This is clearly ridiculous. Alora is married to a delightful lady from a wealthy trade family in another city. She is currently traveling in some land that I can't pronounce, and I'm not going to insult the delightful people of the country by attempting. And Steve is a piece of shit living in Baldur's Gate, working on Excel spreadsheets all the time.
Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, he's in Baldur's Gate working on spreadsheets. He's financing some sort of delegation. I haven't paid any attention to it. He writes me regularly. I don't read his letters because he's boring as shit.
Steve is starting to sound suspicious.
Are you sure that all of your other siblings are in fact deceased? Have any gone missing? Have any been non-confirmed?
Well, it depends on who you ask, Meliora. If you've asked the city patrol, yes, they are still missing.
Oh well, fuck them.
If you ask me, then somebody knows where they are. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I have paid a number of assassins to kill my cousins. Is that what you want to hear?
No, I gathered that. I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't one that maybe could have gotten away.
You
that-
seen all
that
the
might be.
bodies?
Of course not. Gareth did 4 of them.
Now, hang on. I don't think Gareth murders for money. Gareth, that seems like a
No,
lie.
because of course not, because the DM said strictly not to.
Yeah, facts. I think Rainier, I think he tugs at his collar a little bit and starts to get a little bit. He says, "Now, I'm not quite sure why you bring this up, Mel. Of course, the unscrupulous characters that I paid to murder my cousins and that one brother did a good job and disposed of the bodies and carried it out as they were supposed to."
Your story sounds as fake as your accent.
Well, first
Oh,
of all, this is
that's
Alex,
just
the
our
DM's
DM
accent, so
just
I'm
isn't
doing
very
fine,
great
so-
at voices.
Imagine
But I appreciate someone else is also making fun of it.
Floon just starts talking like Alex. Oh my god, how'd you know I was faking it the whole time?
Listen, I've got 3 voices that I'm masquerading as 5 voices, and that's what I got.
It was like the transition from German to American.
Oh,
It's like
nah, man. He's not slipping from one accent to the other deviously. Alex, the DM, can't fucking keep his shit together.
no, I'm kidding.
That's interesting because not that she doesn't necessarily believe that Rainier doesn't believe that, but she is of the impression that there might be somebody else out there, whether it's Floon, who's some distant cousin, or there's somebody else. Obviously there's something nefarious underneath. So
I'm gonna say, well, who do you know that would be wanting to build an army?
I think at that, Ast, the door to Troll Skull Tavern jingles merrily, and 1, 2, 4, 6 half plate clad drow guards march into the tavern wearing, like, they have like shields, halberds, liveried uniforms, and they sort of like push a little corridor, and a very well-dressed noble woman with brilliant white hair and gleaming red eyes strolls imperiously into the tavern and looks at you and says, "Princess, I think it's time you came home."
oh, we've been Aladdined.
Before we close it up, Az, if you could shout out your socials one more time and tell us anything that you're working on, that you're promoting. Thank you so much for being with us here for this episode. Hopefully we can get you back to sort of like finish your character arc.
So Azzy Pants on all social media except Twitter, because I don't know why I couldn't. Someone tried to impersonate me.
No shit, really?
I guess. TikTok, join my Bibles and breakfast cereals discussions. That may or may not be made up. I've talked about breakfast cereal once and Bibles like twice.
Az, thank you so much for being with us today. You were magnificent.
Thank you.
Hold on, I'm chewing.
Oh no, we wouldn't
That's
want
ever
we wouldn't want the audio to be compromised, would we? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to
I muted
Sponsored
it when I
Post by
opened my
Libris
chip bag.
Arcana, where Diana is going to chew the entire time.